ladies and gentlemen, to the Lardians. I am Marcus Boston.
And I am Cecil W. Adams.
And we are the Human Becoming Podcast. Thank you for returning to a beautiful place. Thanks for coming back home. This is for you.
Welcome back.
This is for you.
Doing the podcast this week, not high.
Yes, we are refreshed. We're in our natural element of just alcohol.
Last week was an adventure.
It was.
I don't even know if we're ever going to put that out.
Yeah, because that was different. This weed ain't what it used to be. I even think I would know better by now, but that shit was... All you want to do is just eat everything in front of you and go to sleep. It's hard to put two thoughts together.
I mean, I was like, I'll be super creative, blah, blah, blah. Nope.
Nah, that wasn't a creative time. That was just the high kind.
That was, you saw your friend needed to get high?
Yeah.
I haven't smoked weed in so long.
So you want some of this? Now, this ain't none of that shit from the back. This is some shit here. This is some shit.
I'll be fine.
I'll be fine. And I knew better. I still was like, well, we're here now.
Well, I might as well just fuck this whole thing up.
You just kept saying, this is the last time in the trap. I was like, you gonna keep saying this? He is high. He just can't line up media. I was like, this is beautiful. Look at him.
Yeah, man.
Look at him.
Yeah. It was great. I needed it. It was a rough week last week. You know.
Had to take fight a little bit.
Yeah. Had to separate myself from reality for a minute. I think reality is just whatever was going on last week.
Take a break. Recharge, man.
Take a break.
People don't do enough self-care.
Nah, man.
In some different forms.
Yeah, and you know, getting back to what got us to this, you know, and you know, get back in my workout. You know, I never quit fasting, man. I just can't. I can't go back. Like the fasting thing. I mean, you're still on yours, right? It's once you do it, it's so fucking easy. And now the things I'm reading about, you know, if you're getting at least a 12-hour fast, if you just get up and do like a 20-minute walk, and then you come back and then you know, a low intensity 20 minutes, you know, and then come back and take a cold shower. Like, it's just so amazing for your body. And I'm like, oh, fuck, I've been doing that. Except for the 20-minute workout. Like, I get up and do my stretches and you know, fix my shit, you know, like, get loose and then, you know, go and take a shower and then do the cold shower and, you know, get back on my breathing and you know, the Wim Hof. The Wim Hof. Love me some Wim Hof.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
No, that one. Look at me, guys. Amazing on that. Well, then eventually I won't have to do it. Oh, no, I still want a soundboard. I don't know. This is life. I don't know. I like not knowing stuff. Like, I always get a little sad. I don't get saddened. I get inspired by people that are alive and already dead. Like, I get inspired to know I am not involved in that kind of, like, mental...
Say that again?
Trap. I get inspired by people that are already dead but still alive. So they think that their current position in this temporary situation, being your employment, is a real thing, and they take it way too serious.
I think people are excuse machines.
People are scared. They don't have courage to find who they are.
Right. I mean, you don't have to jump all the way off the fucking bridge, but you could like walk around down to the water from the bridge and you know, get, you know, try something, you know. And I think that's, you know, part of my thing lately has been, you know, I want to get back to that. I haven't been doing anything that scares me. Remember how we talked about when we first got started? We talked about doing things that scare me, and I haven't been doing things. I mean, obviously buying a bar was scary as fuck, and you know, getting into a partnership with people that don't know the bar business was scary as fuck, and you know, and that shit, I've had to adapt to that. Having to explain shit that is just like, to me, it means nothing, but then having to explain it to them, it's like, fuck. You know, and I was getting pissed off about it, and now it's like, fuck, they just want to hear it, just appease them. You know, it's almost like, did we talk about on the podcast about A&R with the Black Keys? Did we talk about it?
No, we talked about it, but we didn't talk about it on here.
Yeah, so the Black Keys, they talk about A&R and what's the stand for A&R?
Artists in repertoire.
Artists in repertoire. They talk about A&R people and how they always need something to say about their music, whether it be, the guy from Black Keys, his name escapes me, but he was talking about, this A&R guy, like, being like, oh, this hi-hat needs to come down a little bit. Mm-hmm. It's too loud. And he's like, it used to piss me off. He said, but the reason they're doing that is, what is rattling?
I think that's, yeah.
My cord.
Yeah, I think you touching the cord, is that?
Right. So he was like, the A&R guy would say the hi-hat's too loud. And he said that way he had a, basically like a scapegoat. Mm-hmm. If the song doesn't do well, he could be like, oh, I told him to turn the hi-hat down. I think if the hi-hat was down, because I told him to take the hi-hat down, it would have been fine. He's like, I used to get so pissed because I knew the fucking hi-hat didn't need to come down, but I'd get so pissed. So he's like, one day I was talking to an old dog, a guy that had been around for a while doing, where my kitchen is at? I don't know. It's like making that rattle. I don't know if I'm.
Yeah, I don't. Is it from? I mean, I know it's the cord, but I don't know what's making it shake to making the sound.
Oh, this thing. Oh, I got it too tight, I think. Anyway, so he was like, I finally went to an old sound guy, and he's like, you know what you need to do. And I was like laughing because he said, you know what you need to do, because that's the pet peeve. He's like, you send him the same song on a different CD and say version 4 lower hi-hat, and you send him the same fucking CD. Mm-hmm. He's like, he doesn't know music. He's some fucking kid out of college. He's like, just send it to him. Just send him that. Appease him. But just write on it. You could send the exact same CD, but just write on it. Oh, version 4 lower hi-hat. Yeah. And you send it to him. He's not gonna be able to recognize that the hi-hat's not any lower.
Yeah.
He's like, and that's how you appease them.
Yeah, it's like, I have new crack, so I'm just change the color of the bottle from yellow to green. Now you think you got something different. It's the same shit.
Yeah.
But human beings need human beings at a certain level need that sense of that they're doing something. Mm-hmm. So you find ways to give that appeasement because they're at a lower level of frequency to where something it's a placebo.
Yeah. It's they want to feel a part of it.
Yes, them fucking people, man.
And it's fine, kinda. You wanna be like, hey man, just because some person that comes into the place complains about something minuscule as, the AC is too cold, and then you want to bring it up, and then I have to take time to answer you about the AC being on too high. Like that same person complained last week that. That it was too warm. Yeah. So what the fuck?
Oh yeah, I gotta find something to be happy about. Like, bro, can you just enjoy breathing this air? Like, put a coat on then. You get people that look for people that look for solutions.
They're always looking for something wrong.
Yes. Oh my god. Yes, those are the worst.
Man, I just don't understand how you can live your life just walking the room and just looking for what's wrong. Mm-hmm. And I think, honestly, the scapegoat or the basically a way to throw people under the bus, it comes from that corporate life, man.
Yeah. Handcuffs. Dude, spiritual, mental, physical handcuffs.
Yeah, man. I just can't throw anybody under the bus. And I can't, and I hate, what drives me nuts is the people that take notes and then re-say what you said, but in a different way.
Words mean things.
Oh my fucking god!
Yeah, that passive aggressive wordmanship, bro,
dude,
you don't have to say shit. Like that's just disgusting. I see it all the time.
It makes me sick to my stomach.
Why? Why? Well, for what reason, bro? Like why do you choose that word?
Why do you use what I say to try to use it against me when you're just redirecting the fucking narrative of what I was saying? Mm-hmm. I had the narrative played out fine. This is the way it went down, but then you want to take my words and twist them in order to change the narrative because you want it to fit your narrative.
Because you want to show your value in this exchange. What nothing to do with you,
motherfucker. I compare it like this: you got a dude that's hit 400, right? Mm-hmm. Cardinals pick up a guy that's hit 400 his whole career. Do you think the Cardinals going to show the motherfucker how to hit when they commit a bunch of money to him? Like, here, let me show you how to hit. Motherfucker, I've been hitting 400 for my career. Mm-hmm. Just let me hit 400.
You brought me here because I hit the way I hit. Why would you want to fuck up?
Why are you fucking with it now?
leave me alone. Just show me where you want me to fit in, then get out of my way.
Right.
You trust me enough to cut this check. Right. Trust me enough to know how to fit in and back up.
Right. Especially when you have a craft.
Mm-hmm.
Like when people, and I think that's the biggest thing in the music industry. That's the shit they hate.
Mm-hmm.
Now everybody wants to put their hands into your creation, where it turns into where it's not even your art anymore. You know, it's the same thing when you have a craft, any craft. It doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be music. It doesn't have to be anything.
The business kills the creativity.
Yeah,
you can't let something that is man-made and falsified get in the way of the actual human being process of being creative.
Think back in the day, whenever like everybody held bachelor's degree on this fucking level, you had to have this bachelor's degree, and they come in and have a guy that's been working there 20 years, that's busted his ass, and they brought, well, he has his bachelor's degree, so he should be the manager.
You're a boss now.
Yeah.
Even though you've been for 20 years and was here when we had nothing, but because this cultural norm has changed, the word paperwork is more valuable than experience. But then you have paperwork and no experience, you're back to where you started.
Yeah. Like, that's how you end up with the situation that happened out at, what's the place on 70? Was it AABB or whatever it was?
Yeah. Off of 70 and Natural Bridge.
Yeah.
70 and Kings. Yeah, 70 and like Kings Highway up back here. I'm off 70. Right. Yeah. ABA.
Yeah, they, you remember that story?
No.
This young cat came in with his master's degree or whatever, and like came in and like basically the guy that had been there for 20 years up for retirement, 25 years, something, like came in and just like he was sitting in the higher up office, right? Mm-hmm. This dude had been here his whole career, his whole life. That's the only job he ever worked.
His identity is that place.
Right.
He gave his life to it.
And this dude was like, oh, well, going off of my MBA, we should cut these people. And it was basically like the middle management people.
It went analytics and didn't give a fuck.
Yeah. And that dude ended up shooting him.
Oh, yeah, I remember that story because it happened in the winter. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. Bullets fly.
Yeah.
Bullets will fly.
Like you have a guy that's probably got a mortgage, probably got 2 car payments, probably has 3 kids, 2 of them are in college, one's about to graduate. You know, he's making $150K a year, and then you just want to come in and be like, yeah, we need to cut all these jobs right here.
Yeah.
We can replace this guy's job and put 4 more people on the floor, and it's going to be just as efficient. And then when it doesn't turn out, that one guy gets fired after these 15 lost their job in the middle management. That's what happened to Steve at Lowe's. Mm-hmm.
If 1, 2 turn people into numbers, you're gonna get a number 2 and a 16 plus 1. You can't do that. That's just a recipe for disaster.
Yeah.
You just can't. You can't lower people's humanity down to a
especially
metric.
When people are they're so like, I get the 30,000 foot view. Mm-hmm. That's why when people just look at numbers, they don't look at the business. They don't look at how things are running. Well, if you cut this, this, and this, well, yeah, man, I know, I get it, simplification. But Sally Joe, that's been coming to this place for 40 years.
Oh, I should have plugged up the thing to the charger. Keep talking. I'm
so
the camera.
You know, you got Sally Joe that's been coming to. Let's say, for instance, at the bar, they're like, "Oh, why are you ordering this? Like this one bottle every 2 weeks? Like it's just sitting here, a dead product." Well, Sally Joe's been coming here for 40 years, and that's what she drinks. And she comes in every other Friday, and she drinks half a bottle. Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, can she drink something else? Well, no, dude, this is what she likes. This is the little shit that you do to keep people coming. Yeah. And when you have people that haven't been in the industry, they're just looking at numbers. They think they know. They think the numbers. Analytics people can suck my dick. Let's just be honest. Analytics people can suck my dick.
All day. I agree.
It's just analytics. I get the place. Mm-hmm. You want to look at those numbers, but you know, if you're looking at the numbers, the analytics, and let's say this number drops down. There's just one number. Mm-hmm. One number drops down. This analytics. Oh, why is this number dropping down? Well, fuck, we need to fire them. Blah 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 blah. Like, well, hey man, maybe he had a death in the family and he had to be gone for 2 weeks, and that's why that number dropped down.
But this thing called life.
Yeah, but you're just I'm looking at the analytics and well, like the TPS reports from what was it, Office Space? Mm-hmm. The TPS. Where are those TPS reports?
Yeah, I'll fight the motherfuckers all day.
9. I have 9 bosses, and they all ask me the same thing, and it's funny because I had to have a conversation where one of the people in the group brought up something to me, about something that didn't happen, but he had talked to someone who, we'll say early 20s, that made the narrative seem like a super negative situation. And, they were asking a lot of questions and saying not necessarily negative stuff, but we're making the narrative seem really bad in front of the rest of the group.
It was framing it in a way that was
the framing was not right. And so what I had
with an agenda.
Yeah, exactly. So what I had to do, I had to be myself and not try to talk on a corporate level with them because I can't do it. I mean, I could do it, but I don't want to do it. I didn't get into corporate for a reason. There's a reason I've been with independents because I didn't want that shit. I said, awesome, man. You want to take that from that person, but that person also 2 days ago sent for the third time a picture of them with a butt plug in for free Cardinals tickets. But we're going to listen to what they have to say. And they're in their early 20s, but you're going to listen to them. We changed the subject after that.
It's like, like in a sports analogy, like there's people on the team that their effort that what they do for a team don't show up in the scorebooks.
Yeah.
And it's like I think about when you say about I think like the Houston Rockets and Daryl Morey and just how he has his job as general manager and everything he bases on analytics. That's cool, but you can't add and subtract what life is.
Yeah.
So if you building everything on this team based on the numbers these individuals produce, that's fine. Well, how do you prepare for what life shows up?
How many championships have been won based on just analytics?
None. They've got close, but we talk about the
Oakland
same thing.
A's made it to the fucking first round,
and they got mopped by a team with great chemistry.
Yep.
They liked each other. They enjoyed themselves, and then that extra humanity of enjoying life got them over the hump to win a ring. There is no success in just eating and living by numbers. Motherfucker, you not here by numbers. Because if you was here by numbers, you might be here.
Right. And analytics, nobody's won off of analytics.
No, it's cute. It's fun. It's fun to do, but ain't no results. No. It hits a wall at some point.
You got to build like we talk about all the time, you got to build a tribe.
Yeah.
It's a family. It's a tribe. And get like... You can go off those analytics, but what if the analytics show that this fucking dude that's a goddamn asshole is killing the fucking mood in the locker room? But you want to hang on to him because his analytics are great. But if he's killing the chemistry, if he's a fucking cancer or she's a cancer, get rid of him.
It's not worth it.
No.
Like all the teams that's won, the teams that like each other. The Warriors won because we enjoyed each other. We had a level of chemistry.
Right.
I mean, especially the way the culture is. Like, what do you do? I had a conversation with somebody like, these individuals, these people that the next generation are not tied to money. You have enough, but I'm tied to my happiness. Happiness is expensive.
Right.
And it's not correlated to a dollar amount. Happiness is what you're willing to sacrifice and discovering yourself and making human connections. All we have is this.
Yeah.
All these things is cool. That's fun. It's nice to have enough to money should only amplify the human experience you have, relationships you have. It shouldn't be creating your world. It should be amplifying. Correct. So whatever bonds I have, I get some bread. We just gonna have the dope fun we have broke. We're gonna have it in Tahiti.
Right.
Or we're gonna have it wherever we go. It's not gonna make us.
I will say the one thing, I was the same way, but now owning something and realizing how hard I've had to work to get that, I tightened up on the bread spending.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's expected.
Yeah, and I have debts to pay that I want to get paid off quickly, and so I'm sacrificing now for on the macro. But yeah, there's stuff you want to do with your friends, but once again, like we talk about in the tribe, you're in the tribe as long as you're providing.
Your sacrifice is to pull people up.
Yep.
What I'm saying? The more I work on what I do individually and don't do is to empower somebody else.
Discipline is freedom.
Yeah, it is.
I think that relates, right? Yeah, discipline's freedom. Because the more disciplined I became, where I'm not fucking, eating Burger King when I get off work, when I'm stupid fucking drunk, it's changed where I'm more mentally prepared for the day. The next day, I don't wake up hacking and coughing and feeling like shit. Yeah.
And I think my level of discipline is it was the physical, but also like understanding the value of my time, and like if I'm gonna put my time in watching some bullshit, it's not valuable, or if I'm doing my time in a book to expand my comprehension of the world I live in and relating to people. Like I enjoy building bridges. I love when I choose to engage in a conversation, and through that conversation, people are like enlightened, or I choose to a couple verbs and nouns and adjectives that hits a light bulb. You know what I'm saying? And I'm able to connect two thoughts in a way they maybe wouldn't have bridged, and that goes forward for them. I enjoy that, but I couldn't articulate that vision in their mind if I didn't spend the time reading a book that sort of challenges or at least amplifies my understanding of something I find interesting and valuable to somebody else. I enjoy the information, but more importantly, I love regurgitating information to somebody else that don't have the opportunity or the time to spend in this environment of education. Now I can have a conversation. I can amplify your thoughts in a way that you might not have the language to do so, because I made the choice to spend my time not watching bullshit and turn these fucking pages.
Right. And, for me, for instance, it doesn't have to be book. That's one thing. Like, for me, I'm a podcast guy. Yeah. I just love listening to podcasts.
Yeah.
And I stick to, I don't expand out too much. Like, from my zone, it's all, everything I listen to is helping me in some way.
Because everything you listen to is diverse. So when you have like a good diverse collection of certain shows you listen to that gives you different perspectives, you don't have to often venture outside of those.
Mm-hmm. And I do things, if I'm like, man, I'm really needing to step up my business game, or I haven't listened to a business podcast in a while. Pop on Gary Vee. And he puts out so much goddamn content. Fuck. Oh, I'm on a text group with Gary Vee, and I kind of sent him a text. He sends out a text.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw he put his number out on Twitter, and
yeah. So he sent a text out. He's like, I'm trying to get back to everybody, and I kind of explained shortly, just very short. I sent a text like, "What's going on with Bob's?" Like, I'm listening to your old podcast to get some creativity, and he sent me a text back. I'm like, whoa.
What did it say?
1 second, I'll tell you. Wait for it. God damn it. So I said, having to dig deep with intestinal fortitude over the next 12 weeks, listening to a lot of your old podcasts to get a creative strategy. He said, have the ability to ask for feedback, but the ability to not take it as gospel, with a winky face and a heart.
That's dope. So it's a little, like almost have a level of courage to ask the question, but also have the intellectual fortitude to decipher what's valuable.
Right. So basically telling me, like, you're going to get a lot of the know what you need to do, guys.
Right.
And you just got to be like, I'll take that into account.
And somewhere someone might have a spark or something you might have already thought about, or maybe hasn't necessarily deep dived into. But
a lot of times when you think you're prepared and you got this great idea, but you've been thinking about it for a long time, but you never put pen to paper or typed out the idea. If you sit down and actually type out or write out that idea, you realize you don't have shit. It's a great idea in theory, but until you sit down and figure it out and come up with a plan, it's just a dream.
Yeah. Just an empty thought.
Yeah. I mean, you look at this book right here, man. I've bought this when we started doing the podcast. And that was almost a year ago now, and I'm almost through
Almost time for a new one.
Yeah. And, like for me, I've got so much just all over the place shit in here, but I wrote it down.
Yeah. And it makes space in your mind for new stuff. Yeah. When it's somewhere you can draw to. Like I have floating notebooks everywhere. I have like two in my bag, stuff in the home room. And just to go back and see, I always make sure I date them to see what my thoughts were that day, or will I try to accomplish or organize and say, okay, did I really knock it out, or did I go back to it, or what was my energy that day? It's just good to reflect when you have the time to sit and breathe and step away and just see your thoughts were when and see what got accomplished since then.
And that's one thing that anybody listening, if you have an idea and whatever it is, it could be I want to start a podcast. I want to whatever. Just I want to start selling lemonade on the weekends. Whatever the fuck it is, write it down.
Yeah.
Literally, just write it down.
It's therapeutic.
Yeah.
Date it, write it down.
Yeah, and then you'll start to see like, oh, okay, you know, I wrote this down on this date. You know, like let me revisit this. You know, that's I revisit this. You know, because I've got my bar ideas, I've got podcast ideas, I got people that we've done podcasts with in here, and like things we went over, and I can refer back to it, and I'm like, oh shit, I forgot all about that. You know, that's why you got to write that shit down.
Yeah.
You know, and then, you know, if you want to start, you know, once it's written down and you're like, let me take this step further, you know, make a file for it in your computer and type out the full idea. You know, you got it written down, highlights of it, you know, type it out fully. You know, with us, you know, crossing that bridge, you know, on Tuesday, you know, we're going over there and we're going to be concentrated on content. Like, it's literally like going to a fucking job. And we're going to sit in that room and we're just going to come up with dope shit, and we're gonna fucking, you know, thought bubble, like what the fuck we, you know, let's start here. We need to come up with 5 videos, or you know, let's plan out our next 7 podcasts, whatever. We'll just sit there and free think. And if people would take, even if it's 10 minutes a day and free think and write shit down, like, oh, this is on my mind today, and this is an idea I had, blah blah blah, and just, you know, keep referring back to it, and like, oh well, let me. Because your first idea is never going to be, you're never going to nail it on the first one. No. I failed at so much. Oh, this is a great idea. Let's go. Well, no. But it's modification of the idea. Yeah. You know, as long as you're not losing your what's the word I'm looking for? Your purpose, or your the reason why your why.
Essence of direction.
Yeah. As long as you're not losing that, and you are, you know, still sticking to, you know, the core idea, but adapting it in order to make it work.
Be committed to your goals, but flexible with your methods.
Yes, 100%. Never be absolute in thought. We talk about that all the time. You can't be absolute in thought. You know, this is what I'd like to see happen. How do we get there? And then, like we talk about reverse engineering. You know, we started this podcast, and we were like, all right, let's just see if we're going to stick with it. And then we just kept doing it.
And the universe will fall in place.
Yeah.
Every time.
It's manifestation, bro. I'm telling you.
And I think another thing is, when you have an idea and you get to the point where you want to share it, that's an opportunity to figure out who needs to be in your life or not.
Right. Exactly.
Just based on how on their response.
And you know, I've never got, maybe you have, I've never really got anybody who was like, oh man, this podcast is stupid. Yeah, I've never got.
Yeah, I've got nobody to shit on it. To me, you know, I've got people that,
I'm sure there's people that talk shit.
Oh, it's probably, yeah, you know, that's fine. If I don't hear it,
we don't hear it. We don't care.
I don't care.
Yeah, I don't care.
I mean, I do it for those that enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? Right. I do it for, I don't know who the numbers of people that listen every week in these different places. I appreciate y'all.
Right.
You know, and, you know, I definitely do it for y'all, and I keep the door open,
right,
you know, for whoever comes behind me, and I'm always here to help and do shit. But, like, I know I've always committed myself to understand my life ain't for me. My life is for the service of others.
Correct.
And building an opportunity for those that look like me or not like me, or either have my energy to want to do something dope.
Right.
And to share it. This ain't mine. This is everybody's. Mm-hmm. I'm going to sit like a hoe. I'm just...
And that's the, you know, from day one, we set out to build a thing, and, you know, we're building this tribe of people that help each other out, and we're getting there.
Mm-hmm.
And we're just, you know, basically just getting started. I mean, basically, it took a year of us. Was it November? Would be a year, right?
Yeah, and I think November 11th, our first one came out, somewhere in there.
Yeah. You know, and now this is, you know, it's just like, you remember Bruce Lee movie whenever he's like, oh, drop the pebble and the waves go out.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we're going out, we're expanding, we're getting out there. We two guys that started on my fucking couch doing a podcast now.
On the living room with a whiteboard.
Yeah.
What do we name this? I say, well, we already have a dope ass name.
Right.
Why are we trying to reinvent the wheel?
Right. Exactly.
Let's go with what we got.
Right. We already own the rights to it, so let's just put a the in front of it.
And I've always enjoyed it. Let's put a the and let's go.
Right.
And everything else will have slowly but surely fell into place way faster than we thought. At least in my mind, I was like, okay, this is Lisa.
Yeah, but we were going out and getting the shit though. Like you can have an idea and you can do stuff, but if you're not taking steps to make it better, we've been in a little rut with our YouTube video stuff. Like we just need to change some shit up.
Yeah, and a lot of the shit we didn't. A lot of the things we never poured ourselves into that part of it. We was more content with that's nailed down who and what we are.
Yeah,
and who we want to be.
We got the basics down. Yeah, now it's time to get detail oriented. Yeah, and that's what we're doing. Now we're getting to we're getting ready to we may rehab the trap, make it
Only way you can teach something when you master it. Yeah. So like when you get to the level, I can almost teach. Okay, this is like when I was dealing with Reese, I was like, hey, I'm gonna sit down and make a item list of what I would suggest for anyone that's looking to do it at a very consistent level should look into doing things. So you have to know these things if you want to, and then after that, more importantly, like why are you doing it? And what's your reason for being here?
Right.
Like I wasn't that successful with football because that wasn't where I wanted to be. That wasn't what my purpose was.
Right.
But I didn't know what my purpose was. But I said I'm gonna clear enough canvas for it to find me. Let me not get distracted, and let me not get occupied in something else that would get in the way of finding what I'm here to do. But I've always known I'm here to give to others to a degree, but also I will take a life in the same breath. So don't get it twisted.
We're here to help people. But
I ain't with the shits either.
Right. But I'm not trying to live like a pauper. You know what I
mean? Right. Don't let the smile fool you. This motherfucker will take a life as well. But let's go forward. Always forward is a thing for a reason. And then your people skills and your thoughts hone and get stronger and more defined, and it vibrates to a frequency the universe reads it and put things and people in a way to level you up. It's just you to understand what you're dealing with. Interpretation and critical thinking skills is an art form that must be mastered.
And once people figure out, like for me, it's I honestly feel as though I can do almost anything I can put my mind to. Mm-hmm. But do I want to put my time into learning fucking quantum physics? Mm-hmm. Not right now.
No.
When I'm 60, I'll probably want to learn everything I can about quantum physics. Mm-hmm. Because my mind will just be like, oh, I need to expand.
Yeah, once you master one thing, you want to figure out something else.
Yeah. And, for right now, I'm just like, I'm happy with where I'm going, and, we're going to keep tackling new things. And, I just want to do dope shit. I want to learn new shit. Mm-hmm. That's how you stay humble. 100% that's how you stay humble.
Learn new shit and teach shit.
Yeah.
Learn and teach.
Yep. And, we've given back probably more than anybody I know that's in this game, but I don't know a whole lot of people. Like, there's nobody in my phone besides talking to you that does a podcast. Well, Chris, I guess.
Who?
Chris, We Are Live. He does podcast. I'm talking about people. Yeah. But even then, his style is way different than ours. Mm-hmm. Our style is like grassroots growing up, and he's making it. He's making money on his podcast.
He's doing it the way he wants to do it.
Yeah, and we're doing it our way. Mm-hmm. You start grassroots, and he was the one that warned us against. Not to call him out, not saying anything wrong with it, but he warned us against what we were walking into across the river. But what he didn't see was both of us, our whole lives has been, throw it in deep end, throw you in deep end, see if you swim. Mm-hmm. Going over there, it's just untapped. There's nothing, they think they got it.
Yeah.
But I don't think they've had anybody like us, and not that we're special, we're just different.
Yeah.
I don't feel special. We're just fucking
I don't
different.
believe in being special, but we are unique. Yeah. Everyone's the same. No one's special. Special.
When you start feeling special, you start thinking you're better than people.
It's like a ghost word. Like, I'm special. No, you're not. You're just unique. We all the same, but we have something unique about us that, if properly I'm gonna say fertilize, but I mean fertilize and like a lot of things. We work on it as an individual, and then the world falls in line. Now we got something.
And the willingness to do all the little shit other people don't do. Finding time to do shit. Like everybody wants to say, "Oh, I don't have time." How much fucking Netflix do you watch? Mm-hmm. How much fucking video games do you play? Yeah, I do play video games, but that video game playing was for a reason because that shit's gonna make me some fucking make me some cheddar to bring back to the tribe. Mm-hmm. Because of the fact I have been playing video games. I mean, way more than I wanted to this last week, but that's besides the point. Yeah. but that's going to lead into other stuff. I'm not doing it. I'm doing it because I do enjoy it, and it's something for me to like separate myself from my life for a bit and just play the video games. But I'm not just playing the game. Like
it's an enriching process, not an escape process.
Correct. It is an escape, but it's also I'm using it for a purpose.
It's a valuable escape, right? Yeah.
And valuable escape. I like that.
I've been reading a lot of books, man.
Yeah. I need to read more. Yeah, man. I'm getting there. I will. And speaking of reading books, I don't know if side note, the Bill Gates documentary, the amount of books that motherfucker reads is on another level, dude. That's like I think I talked about it on a podcast. Yeah, we talked about it with PK. The guy that owns Worldwide Technology. He's reading at least 3 books a week. Like, Bill Gates can read 150 pages in an hour.
I can believe that.
I mean, you got to think how many. I didn't realize he left Microsoft in 2008. I did not know that. Did they buy him out?
No, he just left. I mean, he just like, I'm good. He just like he got to the point where like. I took it as him. He getting to a point that he had hit the wall to innovate it in an authentic way.
He wanted the younger generation, I think.
And he bowed out. And that's what you should do. That's proper. That's how you properly lead a life. You get to a point where, you know what, I'm gonna go from because you get to a point where you just no longer in touch with the people because you outgrown it. You go from a foot soldier to a general to say, you know what, I'm going to empower the next wave to do and keep my legacy growing. It's going to always be me in this thing I built, but if I wanted to succeed and go forward, let me get out the way.
You have to have the humility to know that you're not the best at it anymore.
Yeah. You just get out the way. Because now you move from building to a legacy situation to where I still have information you guys will need to tap into, but you have the passion and you're in touch with the generation that's going to make it go forward.
In my mind, I want to get to a point where it's like, all right, motherfuckers, like, you guys are in charge now. I will pick up if you call, but it better be a fucking something you can't figure out on your own. Like, I will pick up if you call, but it can't be the Chicken Little story.
Yeah.
The sky is falling.
Yeah.
Hey, man, just turn that knob to the right. That's that one knob right there. That's all you got to do.
And that falls in with leadership, knowing how to pick the right people and how to weed them out, and are you believe in scarcity or abundance? That's a whole mindset. Are you in the growth or stagnant like that? You can often, when you better know yourself, the better you can navigate the world. Correct. So the more you put into yourself to hone what's not only come natural to you, or have the people around you that do things that you're not very well at and that you trust, then you can get a good cross-section of an opinion about a situation to put the right people in position. And then also be prepared to be wrong and say, damn, I thought that was the person, that ain't it. Let me go fix the problem and start over from not be afraid to start back at zero.
Yeah. And perfect example, Bob's. Like, this last week was the roughest week of my life. I've never been depressed before ever in my life. And this last week was fucking depression. All I want to do is sleep. Didn't want to talk to nobody. Didn't want to do shit, man. I literally just slept. And I finally got to a point where it's like, man, you gotta shake the shit off. Change this reality. And I literally, with that thought, I changed my reality. I went from, I had some really tough conversations with people that are part of what I'm doing, and it was, I blame cast. I still took responsibility in the public eye, but I blame casted the fuck out of someone, and
I think it sounds like you hold them accountable. You hold yourself accountable and hold everybody else accountable as well.
Right.
You make everybody better by doing that. You don't make no one better by like not holding people accountable or bringing things to their attention they might not be aware how severe this conversation needs to be.
Yeah. And then, when that person, when I'm having that conversation and that person says, I'm legitimately sad. I'm not being snarky. I'm just sad that you think that way. And then once I expanded on it, then the mood changed from, in my mind, it changed from, what? No, I can't believe you think it's that way, to, holy shit, this was my fucking fault.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I'm going to be crucified as the person that fucked all this up, and I'm not going to tell the story. I'm not going to throw that person in the bus. I'm not.
That's fine. I signed up to take these bullets if it came to this point, and at this point, that's fine. I got the vest for it.
Right.
Shoot, that's fine. Each bullet's making me better.
Right. And I'm not trying to be a fucking martyr either. I don't want to be a fucking martyr.
Yeah, you didn't get that, but we understand the business we chose.
Yeah. I knew when I signed that line, and I took on partners that had never been in the bar business before. And if you go back to podcast 9.5 with Jeff Wynn, we talk about bro investors. When I took on bro investors, I knew what I was doing. I thought I knew what I was doing. And then when I got a couple months into it, I'm like, fuck, what did I do?
Mm-hmm.
But, once I have them paid off, which won't take long, once I have that done, then I'm Gucci.
Yeah.
And then what happens is they don't have the power anymore, because they're going to want me to open up other places, and I'll be like, okay, well, I'm not spending any of my money.
No.
There's not going to be any more weekly calls or anything like that, because obviously I proved I knew what I was doing.
Yeah.
So either you want to give me the money to do it, or
you don't, which is both ways are fine, buddy.
Yeah. Either way. But I know I'm never, ever, 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 ever going into another place without having a percentage of the real estate.
Yeah.
Like a bigger percentage than what they have of the real estate.
Mm-hmm.
Ever.
Yeah.
That's the cost of doing business with me now. Mm-hmm. Like, I know my worth. I know what I can do. I know what I can make work. Like, I took a motherfucker's bar that he had for fucking 16 fucking years. And scoreboard, going off straight scoreboard, outdid him by $10,000 each month.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
In his busy season, when he was ringing the most, I beat him by $10,000.
Easy. Oh, yeah.
But then when you go scoreboard, people get pissed.
People conveniently forget the facts when it's no longer serving them.
Yeah. Whenever the narrative changed to, hey guys, at the end of the day, we still need to look at the scoreboard.
Yeah.
Wait, well, I don't know if that factors in.
No, because you love banging them numbers when it was on your side.
But when we get to brass tacks, what the fuck the numbers are.
Now the numbers don't mean nothing.
They don't mean shit.
Now we're moving goalposts. The fuck you are. Right. This is the goalpost. It's staying right where it's at.
And, but it goes back to the same thing when we talk about A&R.
Mm-hmm.
It's A&R. They just want to have an out.
Mm-hmm.
They always want to be right. I mean, anytime you have 4 alphas in a situation trying to make something work, it's tough.
Yeah.
And then you have one that's a rainmaker in this scenario. In this scenario, right? In this fucking lane, this one person is the fucking rainmaker. But you have these 3 other people that are rainmakers in their lane.
Mm-hmm.
But they want to invest in this lane where there's one person that is the rainmaker.
Yeah.
They have the mentality that they are rainmakers still.
Mm-hmm.
Even though this isn't their lane, they still want to think they're the rainmakers. Yeah. And they have a hard time comprehending it.
Yeah.
As the rainmaker in this situation myself, I need to do a better job of explaining to them what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
I've never had to send out an email like, "Oh, this is what's going on." Blah 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 blah. Like, dude, I'm doing my shit. Like, I'm on my fucking grind.
Right.
Like, I'm doing.
Used to dealing with results and not having to explain what the results are. It's just look at the numbers.
Well,
look at the results.
Well, what did you get done today? Well,
I jacked out 3 times. What?
What? Yeah. Oh, the numbers did this. This is the bottom line, baby. That's all I care about. Bottom line. oh, do you want to hear how I cleaned this and did this and did this and this and this, like 45 different things? You want me to break it down like that? No, I'm not doing that shit. I'm not doing that shit.
No.
You don't need to hear that shit. Like, I don't need to brag about myself. That humble fucking brag bullshit. Like, oh, this is what I did today. Like, who gives a fuck?
Who cares? Yeah, I feel the same way.
Fucking results, man. That's all that fucking matters is results.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I had some bad info on an event, but I still killed that event. Not as much as he lied and said it was going to be, but I still killed it 3 times what they've ever did in 15, 16 years. The most they've ever done on that day, I still did the most. But I was lied to about what to expect. Mm-hmm. But then when it comes to, well, it wasn't what he said it was going to be. Well, motherfucker, he lied. Mm-hmm. And then trying to explain that to them, the comprehension still isn't there. I still, they're like, well, that's, they want to bring up old shit. It's like being in a fucking relationship sometimes. Oh, you want to bring up some shit that happened, a month and a half ago? Is that what we're bringing up now? Right? Well, that one time, blah, blah, blah. I don't want to see that happen again. No shit, motherfucker. I don't want it to happen again either.
Who the fuck you talking to, first off? Secondly, we're looking forward. Once I explain you the facts and situation, are you saying you're incapable to comprehend that it's called a lie?
Right.
And I did the best I could with what I had, which exceeded the truth of what he really does.
Yeah.
What analogy or metaphor want me to translate it to that makes you comfortable?
What? Help me help you.
Yes. You took it out of my mouth. Right. Help me help you.
What do you want? What do you want me to say?
Yeah.
Let's go from there.
Yeah. I say it all the time. I said it too. Like, so, okay, what do you want me to give me? Okay, you give me this word problem. Give me the word bank so I can choose maybe one of the words you want to hear. Because clearly the words I'm choosing based on my own ability to communicate is not what you like. So cool. Give me what you want to hear from me. Or give me the word bank and I'll fill in the question, the best word I have that you give me.
Yeah.
Because I thought it was a creative writing class, but clearly there's rules to what my creativity can be at. Then give me the parameters. Clearly you're not comprehending the words I'm choosing to use today.
Because you're used to a corporate life of talking, like, you have to be so in control of your team.
Fluffing?
Blah, blah. Yeah, there's so much fluff. Like, dude,
I just slang dick. I don't have time for fluff.
And that's, I get, like, I feel sorry for those guys.
I do too.
Don't get me wrong, they made their money. They've done well. Like, I'm not talking about their castles. Their castles are fucking amazing because they earned those castles. But I'm out here trying to earn my castle as well. And then you're debilitating my process of getting to a castle because you built your castle that way. Mm-hmm. When I just needed a money front, right? Mm-hmm. And now we are getting to a point where, like, your time's coming in. Like, that hustle you guys? Kind of.
Yeah.
Is what it is. Like, you're going to be paid off in, less than a quarter of the time that you thought. Mm-hmm. Because you thought that I was going to do, we'll just say they thought it was going to be like $2,000 a week. Mm-hmm. But I got that up to $5,000 a week. Now they're like, oh, well, what can you do to get to 7? I was like, this place can't do 7 a week.
Yeah.
It can't.
Yeah.
No. Why can't it? I was like, because we only have one thing we offer. There's only one revenue stream.
Yes.
And they don't get it, which is fine. It doesn't matter.
This is a boat, not an airplane.
Yes. They don't get it, which is fine. It's fine they don't get it. All I have to do is stand my ground. And not even stand my ground, just try to show them, like,
keep doing what you're doing.
This place cannot do that. Mm-hmm. Like, it can't do that right now. There's only one point of sale. We just started taking fucking credit cards.
After 30,000 years?
Yeah, after 45 years, we started taking credit cards. And then now we have a slow night, and I'm getting a call at 7 a.m. Like, it's a fucking Tuesday after a holiday weekend. But it's not that, like, I understand where they're coming from because they want to feel a part of it. It's just like an A&R person. Mm-hmm. And that's what I'm having to delegate them to. You're an A&R person. You're trying to understand the artistic part of it. You're trying to feel a part of it. Just sit back and collect your fucking money, man.
That's it. You get out my goddamn way.
If I'm losing money, obviously I'm not losing money because I've never touched any of my working capital. Obviously, we got this we're good.
We got something cooking in the right direction.
Yeah. Everybody's paid. Everybody's making their money. There's money in the account. The shit is on its way, and then we get kicked in the dick.
Mm-hmm.
Kicked right square in the fucking dick.
Right in the pee-pee.
And, humbling as fuck because I don't hear it. I'll never hear it because I'm not paying attention. People talking shit like, we knew it.
It's a tune you don't know.
Yeah, 100%.
A frequency I don't tune into.
I mean, I thought about it. I mean, last week I thought about it all the time. Like, technically, maybe if this was the end, my reputation is fucking done.
Nah, not at all.
Yeah. But that was last week when I was in that depression thing.
Yeah.
I'm over it now. Yeah. I'm over it now. I'm just like, all right, guys, let's go. I'm reaching out to people that I've kept tickets for, that I've done stuff for, and they may not validate that ticket that I had that they gave me by using a hookup that I gave them. But I had one out of the 30 people that I called, one that validated it, that may make all this cut in a third.
Mm-hmm.
That one ticket. I've taken probably 500 to 1,000 tickets. I tried to use 30 of them.
Mm-hmm.
One out of that 30. One out of 30 validated ticket. We'll see. I mean, and it's all talk until it happens.
All right, all you can do is what you can do. And we know we take tickets and fire some motherfuckers that they can't pay. And that's fine. You just you can't worry about what you can't control. You do your part and let the rest of it shake itself out. I ain't gonna lose no fucking sleep because you know what? In the realm of the bigger universe, this ain't nothing.
No.
This ain't shit.
This is the story. This is what makes you laugh when the whole thing comes together, and then 5 years from now, I'll be like, ha.
Remember that time?
Remember that time when the first bar I owned, the smallest, shittiest bar I've ever owned that I'll never get rid of because it was my first. We didn't get the liquor license in time because of this stupid thing, this oversight that was stupid as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
It was just dumb, just dropping the fucking ball. Right, it is what it is. Like no shade. Like I guarantee you that person feels worse than I do about it.
As he should.
Yeah. But the response to it, there hasn't been anything, which is fine. I got it. If I want to be the fucking passive aggressive asshole, I'll be like, oh, every time something's going on and
that's a waste of energy.
Yeah, something's on his plate, I can be like, well, I don't want a repeat of the fucking liquor load.
Who the fuck you talking to?
Right. Exactly. Yeah. But I'm saying I could use that on him.
Yeah.
But I'm not, because that's not me. I can't do that shit.
We're bigger than that.
Yeah.
There's plenty of cards in the deck we can play, but why? We don't prosper and win that way.
Right. And one thing that I have always done is someone fucks me in some way, fucks me over. And this is in the last probably 7 years that I started thinking this way. Someone fucks me over. I'm not even going to tell them they fucked me over. Just one day they'll realize. Because I'm going to keep going forward.
Mm-hmm.
One day they'll realize,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
That glass breaks and they're like, shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like, you don't have to bring it up. You just smile. Like, okay.
Yeah,
is that how you want to handle it? All right, cool.
All right. Well.
You wanna not pay me? You want to make me work 70 hours a week and pay me for 30? Cool.
Got it.
Here we are.
Here we are.
Here we go again. Singing time, huh?
Ha ha. I love to get tuned. Having fun with good tunes. But yeah,
what'd you think of that picture I sent you with the orangutan using the spirited fish? Was it unsettling?
Well, I'm gonna be honest. because of the literature I choose to indulge myself with. I wasn't too outraged by it.
Outraged? Why would it be outraged?
I wasn't outraged. Like I was more like, duh. Like, I mean, orangutans aren't too far away from us,
right?
Not I'm gonna say primates that use tools. I think our closest ancestor genetically is like the bonobo and the chimp. Then right behind those two is the orangutan. So cognitive ability is not far away. So them using this spear to hunt, chimpanzees use tools as well to hunt in whatever their environment might be. So it wasn't too beyond.
But that's just recently, though.
Just because you just found it out don't mean it be going on. So just because someone was at the right place, right time to see it happen, doesn't mean they haven't been doing it for thousands of years.
But the primatologists, just not us, people that study primates, they're just now seeing it. What they're saying is that the orangutans and these other monkeys are reaching the Stone Age.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Evolution doesn't stop. Yeah. Okay. Because it took us, like, we've only been Homo sapiens for, we was 2.5 million, I want to say 400,000 years. I know, this is what I've learned just because I've been doing a deep dive into all this anthropology shit.
Right.
We don't understand how much time that is. That's a lot of fucking time.
Yeah. To
get to the point where we merged and outlasted the other Homo erectus and the Neanderthals to that degree. And it's something that we don't know, but that tree we came from, being a primate tree, is still evolving.
Yeah.
We just happen to get there a little bit faster.
Right.
And, we're still evolving in ways, we might be evolving to our next level or to our extinction. We don't quite know.
I think we are moving so fast and making better shit. You see so this is referencing Joe Rogan. He says, you see a beehive. A beehive looks like just every other fucking beehive. Mm-hmm. Us, you see an iPhone, we're making the next best iPhone. And then we're making a better one after that. Technology comes for everything. What the fuck was that? Chill.
I had to chill.
So technology comes for everything, man. Mm-hmm. I mean, the technology is coming for bars. I think by the time I'm getting out is when it's going to be really there. Mm-hmm. But I see it. These kids these days, they don't go in and talk to the bartenders. It's not the same. But I think maybe it'll get there. Where you just go in and you order a drink from the thing, you press the button,
I'm not going there.
Yeah. But you're in your 30s, so that's what I'm saying. We got a good 20. I got a good 20.
I gotta make sure my nephew knows. I gotta lead the revolution to make sure we don't lose our humanity. We can't afford to lose that, man.
Right.
That's a cost we can't pay.
Right.
That's when it's really over.
If you can't. Yeah, you can go online, pick up chicks, whatever. It's safer that way. But
I'm guilty of. I'm a keyboard gangster. Don't get me wrong. I've been very successful using that tool, but that only gets me to so far. I have to still be worth giving me your time in person, and you
still have to have a conversation with them.
Yeah, we gotta be willing to lose, but focus on victory.
Yep.
And valuing people's time, because that's the only currency that really matters.
Yes, that's the only thing you can't buy more of. You can't replace is time.
People pay you for your value, not your time, and that's the difference. If you can pay for your time, you ain't worth shit.
I can tell within 5. Okay, for instance, for me, one thing that I was stuck on last week was, in my mind, I was just like, people just want stuff from me. People never want to help me. They just want stuff from me, whether it's money or time or anything like that. And that's one thing I had to shake off. Was like, give them that. You can give them your time, but cut down the amount of time you're giving them. Mm-hmm. A bullshit conversation that doesn't matter, I'll still talk to you, but I'm not going to give you, instead of giving you 5 minutes, I'm going to give you 2.5.
Yep, absolutely.
Like, I had to start earning my time for myself back.
Yes.
And that's really hard for me to do, because I've always been a person bullshitter, bullshit, shoot the shit.
Because you could afford it, you can't afford it no more.
I can't afford it anymore.
On your budget.
And I'm not even there. I'm not even to a point where I can just be like a dick to somebody and just be like, oh, I don't have time to talk to you.
Yeah.
But still, it's like, learning my value of my time
Mm-hmm.
has been really hard for me to learn.
Mm-hmm.
Scrooge told me all the time, man. He's like, take every meeting. He's like, don't go to lunch. Go get a cup of coffee.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, you'll thank yourself. He's like, you'll thank me later for it. I was like, I'm probably not going to tell you thank you, but if you want to think that, that's fine. But he's been this whole process. Scrooge has been the one the rock that I can just like lean on, like.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't go to him with bullshit, because he values his time. He's always going, and but when I'm in a predicament, I'm like, not even a predicament. It's like, hey man, I need your thought on this.
Mm-hmm.
But I have to make sure it's worth his time.
Correct.
Like with the bullshit that we're going through with Bob's right now. He's like, I don't want to be spending this much time on this. He's like, this is your shit. I just want you to go with it. I was like, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, okay. He's like, I've been seeing it. He's like, you've been trying to tell them that. And he's like, I've just been sitting back waiting to see what they're going to do.
Mm-hmm.
And they keep holding up the process. This is at D's 2 days ago. He was telling me this. He's like, they keep holding up the process.
Strong verbs, short sentences.
Mm-hmm.
Strong verbs.
He's like, they're sweating. He said they're sweating shit that doesn't matter. He's like, I'm not even in the bar business. And I know it doesn't matter. And he's like, I can tell with you're trying to respond to them. And it's they're talking super corporate. And he's like, I don't give a fuck what you're talking.
Wasting words.
Yeah, exactly.
Waste of fucking words.
Like, he's like, you don't. He's like, I brought you in because I believe in you.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, I know you got this. He's like, you can tell by the fucking numbers you got it. I don't know why they are just digging into this shit into a whole nother fucking stratosphere. Anyway, I don't want to talk about that shit anymore. Feel way better.
Tell me something good. Boom, boom.
Did you see that new Jumanji? The trailer for the new Jumanji?
No.
The new one. It's got The Rock and
Kevin
Hart, Jack Black.
Do you know the motherfuckers that try to sue him? Well, they are suing him. The driver of that car, of his Barracuda, the 72, that they got in an accident with, because he wasn't a driver. His friend drove, and his wife was in the back seat, is suing Kevin because he didn't didn't put the safety stuff into the car, because that's a vintage 72 Barracuda. I'm not gonna ruin a car and put in shit that wasn't in the car.
It's the classic car.
Yeah.
It passed all the,
so they're trying to. That's like me thinking. It's like me driving a car. It's like me suing you for me getting fucked up from driving the car too fast around a corner because you didn't put the proper shit. I said, God, you don't know who your friends are till the price gets high. I said, God damn. I'm not having dug into it because that's pop culture shit, but like, that's just at the surface.
When did this happen?
I
don't know exactly
in
what
October, so like maybe August when the accident happened, up in the hills in California.
They were just driving and they had a wreck?
Yeah, he would.
So Kevin Hart bought a 72 Barracuda?
For his birthday, or he was given one, and they went on a joyride in his car, and the driver, which was a friend of his, I'm not sure, they said it was his trainer, but it was a friend of his, drove the car and hit one of those Hollywood hills too fast. Car went 10 feet in the air, blah, blah, blah. And
everybody's okay.
Everybody's alive.
Yeah.
As far as I know, Kevin got the worst of the injury, because I think he might be in the back seat or some shit. But the driver is suing Kevin because Kevin didn't make this car with airbags and shit like that. Like, this is not a fucking Tesla. This is a goddamn 1972 Barracuda in mint condition.
No,
I said, you know what? Nothing from y'all gonna prosper.
Oh, God, that just...
money should never break up a real friendship, bro. You figure who your friends are when the price get high.
Is it just the girlfriend or is it the guy, too?
It's the guy and his wife. It was the guy and his wife and Kevin in the car.
Wow.
I don't know how I got on the road, because I was thinking about a nice-ass car.
Right. That's frustrating.
That's fucked up.
Super fucked up.
But hey, just let life reveal who's here for you and who's not, and let them go.
Yeah.
Season reason lifetime. Is it gonna be? It's gonna be easy? No. It's gonna be relieving. Yes.
You gotta cut the baggage, bro.
It might not,
I never thought that was a true thing. I was like, nah, man, my homies are always gonna be around.
No. That's one thing my mom taught me early.
Mm-hmm.
Only thing you hold on to and trust is yourself. That's family, friends, anything between.
Mm-hmm.
You love them and enjoy them for as long as you can, but when they show you who they are, and it's evolved. They might have been that motherfucker that was who they was then, but like we all don't grow in the same direction because we all don't go through life in the same experiences and blah blah blah.
Right.
But when they show you who they are, it'll match where you at. When they show you who they are, they'll match you where you at, and then make a decision, let them go. Like it's okay.
Yeah, it's like we talk about, light a candle.
Mm-hmm.
They know if they want to change and they see what you're doing, and if they can get out of we both deal with people that are spiteful because of what they perceive as success.
Mm-hmm.
But we just it's funny when people are like, "Oh, you're so successful." Like, what have I done?
Happiness is expensive that everyone can't afford because they choose not to.
True.
You have to be in a position to define what happiness is to you.
Right.
It's happiness is expensive as fuck.
Yeah.
But everyone can afford it. The most expensive thing that everyone can afford.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, I be having some gems out here. I need to...
Right, you're regurgitating very well.
And it's so fascinating that even the books, just reading different books, like my reading preference is like I read books that are totally opposite of each other. So like I'll read like the God book that really goes into a conversation about, explaining the origins of how humans created God, blah, blah, blah. Then I'll read the next chapter. I'll read the chapter and then I'll go into a book like 50 Cent, 50th Law. It's a total different concept. And then I'll cross-reference that book with a whole anthropology book about sex and whatever. And just to see how these different books sort of match up and what they mean. And then just having different experiences with language and how it's being delivered.
Learn.
I don't never know.
Knowledge.
I have no idea when this might come back, but you can't withdraw what you don't deposit.
Correct.
Now, I might be good with that with money, but when it comes to information.
I love it. Love it.
But I figure if I can figure this out intellectually, monetarily, eventually it'll work itself out.
Right, exactly.
And so I'll be surprised at myself. I said, that was really good.
Right. Like, what the fuck just I blacked out? What happened?
I said, wow, that was a good one. That's you write that down. That was a gem. I didn't know I had in my reservoir. But you can't withdraw what you don't deposit.
Right. And do you believe I always reference Joe Rogan, but when he talks about bandwidth, everybody has less bandwidth. Yes. Yeah, and what you spend that bandwidth on each day determines your day.
Yes.
It's
yes.
It's guys, it's so easy just to get up and do something active each day. Mm-hmm. Do something that scares you. And you'll have days where you don't, blah, blah, blah. You'll have a couple weeks where you don't, whatever. As long as you go back to it.
Mm-hmm.
And do something that scares you. Do something that's out of your fucking comfort zone. That way the shit becomes easier. That's the secret.
Shit, cut motherfuckers off can bitch comfort zone. Find motherfuckers and cut off. Mute motherfuckers.
Yes.
Like you might even be ready to do it like in a physical person. Mm-hmm. If you if I ever get angry, like open Facebook because I'm posting something about blah, I read a post like I'm not mad at them for posting it. I'm mad for me for reading it. I need to close the fucking app and go back to what I was doing. Right. I don't need to be here. This is the environment I don't need to be. Just understanding the value of information in your time and taking care of your body as much as your mind.
And work your mind out just like you do your fucking body.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, you get one body in this lifetime.
One mind.
One mind.
This is not a rehearsal, dinner. This is the game.
Go get your shit. Get after it.
Mm-hmm.
Treat people nice. Be nice to people. Treat people with respect. Treat other people the way that you want them to treat you, but then also treat yourself as you want to treat other people.
Mm-hmm.
Always.
Be impeccable with your words. That's one of the 4 agreements that I is that negative self-talk. You have to be your biggest fan. Mm-hmm. That's not even being arrogant or like whatever. Like you can't tell me no bad news because I'm my biggest fucking fan.
Right.
You don't love me, that's cool. I do. Then my mama loves me too. And I also know how she displays that love and affection. You know, can I do better? Absolutely.
Right.
But I also could do worse too.
Correct.
And so I have to be my biggest fan, so that way people are like, man, you so cool with yourself. Yeah, I don't feel like I like you, you know, but like you leave, I ain't finna not stop.
Right.
Either you feel it or you don't. Like she was like, I was talking to this girl and she was like, I really like you, and it scares me. I was like, oh man, I know, of course it does, because I'm treating you in a way as a person. I'm not treating you as something to gain from you. I don't want shit from you. I don't, so I almost like I don't need you, but I value you for you. And like for me, like I need to know that you fit into my life, but more importantly, that you growing in the direction that you grow in. I don't want you to grow for me.
Right.
I don't want you to do something because I like it. I want to know what you are comfortable being and what you're also comfortable breaking, and that we fit. Because I'm not finna force a square hole in a round peg. Mm-hmm. I ain't got that kind of time. I'm thinking about
a round peg in a square hole.
What'd I say?
You said a square hole in a round peg.
Interesting. I'm gonna get back to that. But a round hole in a square peg.
No, you said a square hole in a round peg.
Square hole.
You're not trying to fit.
I'm trying to fit
the round peg into a square hole. I'm gonna
force the whole platform on the peg. You're gonna get in this motherfucker. And a lot of people do that. It's amazing how people will try to make something fit that don't fit. You try to make a Lamborghini pull a motherfucking tractor. That's not what it's for.
Right.
It's not gonna work. And it's so amazing. I be out and listening to people like coworkers, whatever. I'm like, y'all hold conversations about pretty much rectifiable situations that I can't relate to. Like, you quiet because I don't know how to talk about bullshit. Like, I can't relate to shit that don't really matter. Like, I'm hearing solutions to this problem. Y'all just talking to hear your own voice, and I can be in this book.
It's funny when you hear people talking about shit that they just have no fucking clue what they're talking about. They just talk, and you're like, I'm just like, oh my god, you have no fucking clue what you're talking about. You're just saying words to make, because everybody's a fucking expert. Like, I'm just like, what the fuck are you even? You're wasting your bandwidth on fucking nothing.
It just doesn't matter. It's
Government.
It's not making you better.
The politics bullshit is just like, we're coming up on the fucking dude. I thought about turning off all my social media during the political shit.
I like keep tally of who's stupid, who's someone has level.
They're all stupid, man. If you want to spend your time, you might as well study dark matter if you're going to try to fucking dig into politics and have an opinion about it.
We are a capitalistic democracy. Keyword is capital. So any questions you have confusions about, all you do follow the money.
Yeah.
Then leave me alone. Follow the fucking money. Stop. Yeah. No, never mind.
I know. Follow the money. That's it. Every time. Follow the fucking money.
The answer to your question is follow the money.
Right. That's it. And at the end of the day, our votes do not matter on who's going to be president.
What matters is who your mayor is and your councilman.
Yes, your alderman. Your
local shit matters. That's what really fucks your life up. Yeah. Go to your fucking school, your teacher's school board. That's the shit that fucking matters. Do that. Start there. Go to the August election that no one goes to. How about that?
Yeah. Go to that one.
Yeah. I'm there. I'm here. Goddammit. I ain't got no kids, but I'm voting for the school board. What? I need to see your porn search. I need to know. That's what matters. I need to know where you're nasty at, because that makes a difference. This other shit, that's not it. All that shit reacts to what we do here. You don't live there? God damn.
Yeah, people just don't. They get so caught up in bullshit that doesn't fucking matter. You have an opinion about fucking Trump. You have a fucking opinion about Obama. Who gives a fuck? It doesn't fucking matter. You're wasting bandwidth on shit you can't control, and it doesn't fucking matter.
And you're not involved in shit that's next door. Do you know who your aldermans are? Do you know do you know things that actually impact your life?
When's the last time you sent your alderman a fucking email thanking him for doing something?
Made a phone call.
Yeah.
I bet he's available or she's available and would love to talk to you.
They answer. So basically what happens is you leave a message through the week, and they work 1 day a week. They work on Fridays. So you call whatever day, you leave a message on their voicemail, they'll get to it on Friday. Because they have their meeting at City Hall on Friday, and then they answer all their emails and answer all their phone calls on that Friday.
That is who really impacts your life.
Yeah. And
then they go to work.
Right.
They got jobs too.
Right.
You goofballs.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. I love it and hate it at the same time.
It's a love hate.
But yeah, but you know, at the end of the day, we're gonna keep doing what we're doing, and someday,
when you know,
someday they're gonna be coming to us and like, oh, you guys are operating a business out of Soulard. Why aren't you paying the Soulard property tax for business? They'll be like,
here's the thing.
Parlez-vous français? No habla English?
Knowledge and power, and they call me Thanos. So let's talk business. Let's talk shop, baby. Are we talking?
Do you want me to write you that $5,000 check for your campaign?
Like, what are we doing? You miss me with the bullshit. Let's talk like bros.
You want to be on a podcast? Come on down.
I'm on your side, baby. I'm ready for you. So I'm running for office. Marcus Boston 2024.
I honestly think you could run for alderman.
I'll be down. I would like to. I think
you need a little time.
Yeah. I'm thinking, 34. I think close to 38, 30. I think 38, 40.
Yeah.
I'll be in a good position. Because I think I'm probably past the kid age. And
I thought about running for the Soulard alderman. But I got talked out of it because there was no way I was going to beat the one that's here.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I would have had the votes in Soulard, but he had all the downtown.
Yeah.
And we've been split, so...
Yeah, we get back to it.
Yeah. I don't have time.
Oh, I'll get to it.
I mean, I have time, but I don't want to fucking do it.
we got more.
It sounds like in theory, but like,
we got more pressing things to handle.
When I'm on Netflix in 2 years on
or whatever the next thing is, because you know the next thing is coming.
Whatever, I'll take the Netflix money.
Yeah,
I'll take Netflix money. I'll take Amazon money. I'll take fucking Hulu money. I'll take fucking.
I'm down with taking anybody's money that is authentic to who I am. I'm not to be bought.
Right.
I'm for rent.
Yeah, for sure.
But you can't buy me.
You know, it's almost like the scenario we're walking into, in my head, I'm playing it out as... What's the best way to reference this? What's the fourth best streaming service for TV?
Fourth best.
Let's say you got Netflix number one. Then you got Hulu.
Netflix.
Well, no particular order. Netflix, Hulu,
Amazon,
HBO Go.
I mean, once you get past those more broad three, I think now you get into the networks. Now I will say HBO.
Okay, let's say. Okay, so have you heard of Crave TV?
No. There's
a show, one of the most popular shows. Well, the most popular show on Crave TV, but one of the most popular, like Hulu picked it up, and they carry it, is Letterkenny. It's just a funny fucking show. Like, they're on, it's a Canadian thing.
You what? Is that the one?
Yeah, okay, the hockey shit,
Yeah.
Like, I feel like we're walking into like a Crave TV scenario where they've had shit, they've got shit on there, but it ain't shit like what Letterkenny brought to Crave TV. The popularity of Letterkenny is ridiculous.
Yeah.
For this little app.
Yeah.
That's what we're walking into at Lineup.
I agree.
I mean, granted, Lineup just got a show on Netflix that's coming out, but I mean, it's 2 years away, but they do have a show. Like, I mean, good for you. So the next show will be the one that we have in the pipe. I feel like I've been here for a while, my man.
Man, we had 118. I think it's I already got the show title in my mind, so I'm definitely.
I can't wait to see that.
Back to zero.
Yeah.
Or back to one.
Whatever.
Yeah, one of those.
Step back.
Back to the basics.
Back
to square one. I like back to square one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that one. That's solid. We're going with that one.
Right.
All right. Well, let me finish this up with my quote.
Yep.
If the kingdom of God is in you, then everywhere you go, you should leave a little bit of heaven behind. Once again, if the kingdom of God is in you, I fucked it up. Okay,
twice in a row.
I know. Fuck, I'm reading it. It's literally in words and zoomed in front of me. If the kingdom of God is in you, then everywhere you go, you should leave a little bit of heaven behind. Once again, for the road to close this motherfucker out. If the kingdom of God is in you, then everywhere you go, you should leave a little bit of heaven behind. I am Marcus Boston.
And I am Cecil W. Adams.
Love yourself, love each other, and love is all we got.
Peace.